Well, the Warriors did win their game against New Orleans thanks to a hellfire third quarter, and that's it. If you're a Golden State fan, I've now delivered you the good news from last night in one sentence. The bad news? Let's start with Steph Curry. If you have not seen the clip of him rolling his ankle, here it is, and yeah, that looks painful even from here. Steph limped off the court, and x-rays were negative, but he did leave the locker room on crutches, in a walking boot, as doctors diagnosed him with a sprain. An MRI today is going to tell the Warriors just how bad the sprain is. Let's be honest, the Warriors are so loaded with talent, Curry could miss a boatload of games, and it might not affect Golden State in the win-loss column at all. But much more important is what this means to Steph's overall health. Remember, this is the man who back in 2012 played just 26 games and sprained his ankle 5 times. Since then, he's had surgery. He's done extensive strength work to buffer against further harm. But even knowing that doesn't stop you from knocking on every wood surface imaginable as you watch that clip from last night. Now, as for the rest of the Warriors, wasn't really a banner night for them either. Kevin Durant ejected for the second time in 3 games, thanks to this back and forth with Boogie Cousins. That was KD's second tack. He earned the first one for arguing with a ref earlier in the game. Draymond Green also teed up for his own discussion with an official. And Sean Livingston didn't even play last night. He was serving a suspension for bumping heads with an official who was also disciplined. Overall, it's been quite the stretch for the Warriors, who've appeared ornery and distracted as they've been falling behind early in games, only to bail themselves out late. Here is Steve Kerr on the subject.
We've got to show some poise when things aren't going our way and stop worrying about everything else and just worry about the game. I didn't say anything pregame. Maybe I should have, but yeah, well, we're going to definitely talk about it the next couple of days.
And again, just like with Steph's ankle, no one thinks this is going to derail Golden State's season.
Steve does.
But this kind of stuff, it's not good either. The Warriors lead the league in ejections, and yes, as Kerr put it, it's not what championship teams do. These are bad habits, and for a team that has already seen one of its players lose his cool and have it cost his team in an NBA Finals, you would think they would know better already. Byron, are you worried about the Warriors keeping their composure at all?
I really am not, because of the fact that, like you said, they've been through this before. They're going through a regular season right now where this really doesn't matter that much, and they understand the fact that everybody is challenging them. Everybody's trying to be a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more physical. And I think what you're seeing with them right now is a team that's saying we're not going to be bullied around or we're not going to be pushed around. So they are losing their cool to a certain extent, like Coach Kerr has talked about. And when you are the champions, you're going to be tested every single night. And people are going to try to get under your feathers every single night. And you do have to do a better job of keeping your composure and just playing the game. He's absolutely right about that. So with me, I'm not so worried because I know these guys, they'll get it. They understand what this is all about. And it'll be sooner than later, I think.
Rachel, when I do the dishes, one of the things I hate more than anything is for someone to come up and add an extra dish. Just put all the dishes there, and I'll wash them. Now, does that make
the dishes?
Of course I do the dishes.
Are you talking about putting them in the dishwasher?
No, I'd do the dishes. My mom doesn't believe in dishwashing, so I'm not allowed to.
We're learning all sorts of things on this show today. Continue.
The point being is, it's not that washing dishes is a difficult task. It's not that the adding an extra dish makes it incredibly more difficult. It's just that it annoys you and it irritates you as this little thing that I got to do anyway, and you just irritated me a little bit more. That's what the Warriors are going through. You talk about them losing their cool. It's not because they can't handle the moment or they can't focus. It's that, I got to do this regular season thing. Okay, we might as well get it over with. Yeah. And then someone just throws something a little bit on top that really shouldn't make them go off, but it's just
But do you think, when you said you think that Steve's actually worried, do you think he's actually worried or he's just putting on a show? Because he's got to do it.
He's got to do it because you can't encourage people for having tantrums at doing the dishes. Like, you got to be like, no, you just got to do the dishes and have a smile on your face. You have to basically be the adult in the room with regards to this behavior, but deep down he knows. Absent a bench-clearing brawl where you're going to have 4 guys suspended, this is not going to be an issue at all.
I agree in the big picture. I do think, and we talk about this with defense, and we talk about this with other aspects of the game, habits are habits. And that if you get into habits, that's why Steve's always yelling about the turnovers, right? If you get into bad habits, it is hard to just turn things around when you get to the NBA Finals or the conference finals.
Absolutely, for a regular team. But as my buddy Brian Windhurst always says, margin of error. For a regular championship caliber team, I would say yes. You can't have these habits. You got to do it right every day. For them, they can literally do it wrong every single day, and they're still that much better than everybody else. Steve won't like it. right?
Yeah.
Coaches won't like it,
Right.
but they just that good.